Okay. So go ahead and say that again.
So what are we talking about today?
No, say that again.
Say what again?
Give me the definition.
The definition of strength?
Yes.
So the Webster's dictionary is the contractile potential of your muscles, whereas CrossFit's definition of strength is what force can your muscles actually produce. So the difference is the potential of your muscles versus what can you actually do. And that's a big difference of strength, like looking a certain way versus the actual functionality of like, can you move something? Can you pick something up? Can you do a certain task? Are you strong enough to do it? And in my opinion, strength is one of the, if not the most important of all of the tenets of fitness for a lot of reasons. One, the stronger you are, it makes everything easier.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
If you're super strong, if you can deadlift 500 pounds, deadlifting 315 for a bunch of reps becomes a hell of a lot easier.
Right.
But it makes you more injury resilient. The stronger your muscles are, that your tendons are, your ligaments are, the less likely you are to get injured. Strength matters because you look better when you have some muscles. Everybody knows like the really skinny, just long distance runner like doesn't have the body that they post on Instagram, right? Like you got to have some muscle to look good. You got to have some strength and muscle to be strong, and performance. Like the stronger you are, the better you're going to perform, whether it's in the gym in workouts or it's outside of the gym. Like your freaking car breaks down, you got to push that son of a gun. Like you got to be strong enough to push your car.
Yeah, and that's the big thing is people hear strength, they're like, oh, well, I can't deadlift 405. Who cares?
Right.
Are you
Strength
strong
is
for your
relative.
capacity? Yeah. Are you strong for your capacity? Because that's what's going to matter. Like you said, the big thing is outside the four walls. When it comes down to it, like carrying groceries. You know, I'm a one trip guy. I refuse to carry more than one trip. So I will strap the water case to my chest. I will 8 bags per arm, whatever it is, or whatever it takes. But that takes strength.
And a big misconception when you're training inside the gym is building strength and conditioning. And almost everybody I talk to, whether it's they're just starting in the gym or we're doing goal sessions, like everybody wants to get stronger. Again, whether it's like lifting weights or getting stronger for outside the gym, doesn't matter. Everybody wants to get stronger. Big misconception is that we have to separate and segment strength training and conditioning. That we have to do just a single lift and then a sweaty, in CrossFit terms, Metcon or a WOD. And the thing I really want to hammer down today is those things do not have to be separate.
Yeah.
Like they can be hybrid.
They coexist.
Yeah, they should, because they're going to in life. What was your example earlier?
Getting chased by a bear.
Getting chased by a bear. Like, you better be powerful and have some cardio. And when that bear finally catches you, you better have some freaking strength.
Yeah.
Like zombie apocalypse. You got to have some cardio and some strength or you're going to be in some trouble.
Right.
So those things should live together and we can train them synonymously. And the easiest or one way to do it is just go heavier in workouts.
Yeah. It's a crazy concept because like you said, I like how like we pulled on extreme examples, but like one of the OG like CrossFit like definition is to prepare for the unexpected, and that's the idea. So like there might be a situation where you're freaking tired and worn out and you're running around, but you got to have some strength to do something. Maybe it's to save someone's life. Who knows? Whatever that is, you got to prepare for the unexpected. So just because we're doing a Metcon and we're moving and stuff like that does not mean you can't focus on that strength.
Yes.
Because we can still develop that. Because when you're fatigued, developing that strength is just as important. If you're super fresh, rested for 6 minutes in between, whatever it is, like it's just as important. It's still able to make you strong.
Yeah, and that's one thing we see. And sometimes we do program a strength piece and then a Metcon or a WOD with the intent of just getting sweaty and getting out of breath and breathing. But especially if your goal is to get stronger, if that's your main goal or one of your main goals, something that we talk about and we urge you to do is go a little bit heavier in workouts. Choose a harder option of a movement in workouts. An example, and that could even be body weight, like pull-ups and push-ups. Choose a harder option than you usually choose, even if it's going to make you go slower. Even if you're going to get less rounds in the AMRAP or you're going to finish last. that's okay. Because you're building a lot more functional strength doing it in the middle of an intense workout than doing it separate, right? So for me, doing that in AMRAPs is the best place to start, because if you go too heavy or way too hard or whatever, make the push-ups way too challenging and you get quote unquote left behind, or you're way behind in a workout, you still get saved at the end of the AMRAP.
Right.
It's 10 minutes no matter what. It's
everyone's
15.
on the same schedule.
Yes. So a really good way to start building more strength outside of just doing strength work and blending it with, the CrossFit and all the other stuff that we try to do, is go heavier in workouts. Like, it's okay to go a little bit slower and have to take more breaks. That is how you get stronger.
Yeah.
Outside of just only doing strength work.
Absolutely. And like you said, if it's 4 rounds for time, maybe it's not the best day to go a little bit heavier. But when it's just a 12-minute AMRAP, you got this movement, you got this movement, and you got this movement. It's a nice, easy triplet. 3 different things are going on. Pick one that you really want to work on. Make it a little more challenging. Add weight or make it more complex if it's pull-ups or whatever it is. Then you can still work on building that strength capacity. And on top of that, you're going to get tired because you're doing 2 other things.
100%.
And that's going to make you stronger in the long run.
100%. People don't cardiorespiratory endurance, cardiorespiratory, heart and lungs.
Right.
Cardio is just working your heart, working your lungs. Guess what? If you're trying to move something heavier fast, your heart and lungs are going to be working.
Yeah.
Your heart rate's going to get jacked up. And if you mix the heavy's relative, but the heavy or the hard lift in with other exercises in a circuit, your lungs are going to be burning and you're still going to get cardio effect. I think sometimes people get a little concerned that if I focus too much on strength, I'm going to lose my cardiorespiratory endurance.
Yeah. Well, and that's what, so I actually heard this the other day on a podcast or a post or a clip or something like that. And they were talking about that idea of what people don't realize is even people who are at the global gyms or the commercial gym, whatever we'll call them, the general, just pulling, pushing and doing stuff like that, is typically they're not even giving themselves adequate amount of rest. So they're actually working cardiorespiratory. They just don't realize it because they're moving from movement to movement to movement to movement to movement with limited rest. That's going to start to engage that cardiorespiratory system.
If you don't think that lifting can get you cardio, go do a 20 rep max back squat.
Oh, I know.
As heavy as you can do for 20 reps, and you will be out of breath and dying and your heart racing.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a way to blend them.
Exactly.
Which, it's kind of the point of CrossFit.
Right.
Take all these different workout domains and fitness types and blend them and intermingle them. But for the people that are trying to get stronger, man, I really urge them, go a little bit heavier in workouts. Choose a little harder options. If you're not sure where to start, how to do it, talk to the coach.
Yeah, absolutely. And even with those that are members at our gym and you're in these workouts and you are yeah, this is me. I want to start working on getting a little heavier. Again, talk to the coach, but don't get caught up in that whiteboard brief where we hear the stimulus, sprint fast. Come find us, ask us that question. We'll let you know, one, if it's a good workout to do it. Is okay, maybe it's not the day because it is a sprint. It's 3 minutes on the clock, go.
Yeah.
Might not be the best day to do a added weight or whatever it is, but maybe it's that 12-minute AMRAP. We're yeah, this is perfect for it. Let's run it this way. Let's do it this way. So always ask the coach, but don't get caught up in the whiteboard brief. I think one thing that's very important to note is it even goes back all the way to foundations. And for those that are listening, if you've been graduating on foundations for some time, you might not recall this, but there's that concept that the goal is not to do the workout as written. And that's always an important thing. Yeah, for you want to go heavy, you want to build some strength, perfect. Yours is going to be a little bit different than what's written here.
Yes.
You're not going to be on that, you're on broken every single time.
Yes.
You're going to be a little bit heavier. You're going to be a little bit slower. That's okay.
That's a huge concept that, sometimes I myself even forget is every workout that's on the board, or now it's a TV screen, on the TV screen, the goal isn't for you to conform your goals and your fitness to meet the workout. The goal is to take the workout and change it to meet you, your fitness level, and what your goals are.
Yeah.
So if your goals are more strength based, let's take some of the workouts and change them so they're a little more strength biased. And if you're wondering should I try to do more strength? That's a separate conversation that we can answer. But one, if that's what you just enjoy, awesome. But if you know that you are really good at like cardio and long distance, you can run forever, but you aren't good at the heavier weights and the strength movements, that's a good sign that that's what you should focus on. Because like the goal of CrossFit is you take your weaknesses and you bring them up to match your strengths, so your overall fitness is improved.
Yeah.
So if you know like I'm not really good at like the strength stuff, I need to work on that, like let's do it.
Yeah, and I think that's another thing that people forget is it's that idea that there's more than one like category of fitness, or not. Fitness is made up of more than one category. There's the endurance, awesome. There is the strength, gymnastics, all these categories. And like you said, that goal is to become proficient or good at all these, and you're gonna have a deficiency. Like I can tell you my gymnastics aren't the best, or my lifts aren't the best, whatever it is. Those are now categories of things I should be focusing on with my Metcons, with my accessory work, with my things I'm doing in group class and stuff like that. So that's always something that's important to remember, because it's the idea of making that broad fitness and being good at that, rather than like I just want to be super strong, which is not a bad thing. Which is not a bad
if
thing
you
at
want
all.
to, like if you want to specialize, like you know, marathon runners are specialists. Their goal is to go run marathons, the fastest. Power lifters are specialists. Their only goal is to get as strong as you can. If the goal is overall fitness and being the fittest person overall, then you have to find what your weakness is and bring that up, instead of leaving your weakness down here and only working on your strengths. If you're really good at like running and cardio, and doing more running and cardio isn't going to get your overall fitness up as much as getting your strength up, or your lifting numbers are getting stronger to match. And it's tough because usually the things that you're not good at are the things you don't want to do.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, no one likes working on all the things that they suck at.
Yeah, like fur heckles? Catch me later.
No one enjoys working on their weakness. But if the goal is truly overall fitness, that's the best way to do it.
Absolutely.
And again, going back to the strength, I know everybody's goal is to get stronger in some capacity, and it's extremely important for all the things we talked about. So this is just one way to leverage strength and conditioning as a hybrid. You don't have to do it every day. Pick one or two workouts a week and just like, all right, I'm going to go a little heavier today, even though I'm going to go slower. It's going to take a little less time. Good.
Yeah.
I do that all the time, probably to a fault, because strength is one of my strengths. I should probably go lighter and work on my high-end endurance more, but
still,
we all got weaknesses.
Right. We all got weaknesses. But no, that's exactly, to bring things back around when we want to like improve things like strength. Don't be afraid to do it in the class workout, the workout of the day. It is totally doable. You just have to understand that. Find a coach. Understand what you're focusing on, what your goal is, and what it's going to do. It's going to slow things down. That's okay. Hell yeah. You're going to start getting stronger. It's going to benefit you in that aspect, and that's what you want. Sweet. We're on the right track. So that's always something to keep in mind as well.
Love it.
But awesome.
That's all I got.
Yeah. See, that's all you got, Seth. I think that's all I got.
I could go on. I could talk about strength all day, but
I think this conversation go on for a while. There's a lot of rabbit holes to dive down in, but if you guys have questions about strength in approaching Metcons, again, ask a coach, ask Seth, ask I, ask Ken. He's somewhere around the corner floating around the gym always. So don't be afraid to ask a coach before the workout. Whatever it is, get some insight so we can help guide you there. We're more than welcome to do it. We know what's going on, and we'll get you in the right track with those things. But other than that, if you guys have questions, as always, hit us up. For those that are tuning in, whether you're listening or watching, make sure you guys definitely give us a nice little like, share it with someone who might benefit from listening, and don't forget to follow, subscribe, depending on where you are viewing us or listening us from. Other than that, we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Get strong AF.
There we go.